Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy that you are here, and I'm so happy to be here today. Today's video is a lot of fun. We are going back to my roots. We are doing the quarter year crisis book tag. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to film. I have a lot to say about how this year has gone for reading so far, and I'm just so excited to hop into these questions. I will have the tag linked down below. It is by Brie at Words About Books, but I will link it down below in the description box for you guys as well. And I'm so curious about your answers of what they would be to these questions. So if there's like a question that like really hits and you like want to tell me anything, like drop it down in the comments below because I love talking with you guys and seeing what you guys have to say. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's hop right into these questions for our quarter year crisis book tag. So the first question is, how many books have you read so far this year? So as of right now, at the end of April, I have read 32 books, which is actually insane to think about because my reading goal, I think, for 2021 was like 20 books, and I think I read 24. So to have 32 completed is absolute insanity to me, and I'm so proud of myself because I've really been prioritizing reading and reading intentional books. And so to get to 32 was absolutely insane. Like, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would read this many books so early in the year. But here we are, and I'm so proud of myself. The next question is, have you found a book that you think is going to be a 2025 favorite? And the answer is yes. I think that I have already read my favorite book of the year, which is absolutely insane to say. It should be absolutely no surprise to any of you that I'm talking about All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles. This was one of the first books that I read this year, and it is still my absolute favorite. There is something that is in this story that I connected with so hard and just loved so much. This is a small town romantic suspense between a true crime podcaster and a sheriff who both have their own personal connections to the case that she is investigating. It has the most amazing small town people. The story will keep you on the edge of your seat. The romance is one that I'm obsessed with, and her grumpy three-legged cat Tater is truly one of my favorite pets I've ever read about. So this is definitely one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite book of the year, which is absolutely crazy to think about. The next question is, what is a book that surprised you? And to that I have to say Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. Like, I was not expecting to love this book as much as I did. The little moments that were between these two characters was truly fantastic. Grant makes barrels for the whiskey distillery company that his family owns and he is a partial owner of, and he is a ex-cop after losing his girlfriend in the line of duty. And then we have Willa, who sees something that she shouldn't have that ultimately puts her in danger, and she gets put in witness protection program, dropped off at this bourbon distillery, and the two end up having a somewhat reluctant relationship because he really does not like her. And it was just, the vibes of this book were truly immaculate. Like, just the atmosphere was so beautiful, and that just surprised me so much because I feel like I haven't read a small town romantic suspense like bourbon distillery situation that has this like dark but like grungy but like not at the same time. Like, the vibes of the cover are exactly what the vibes of the book give, like warmth but like edgy. It's just, I loved it so much, and it was really surprising to me, and I just cannot wait to continue with this series because honestly it's so good. The next question is, have you had a one-star read? And if not, what is your least favorite book of the year? Now, I have actually not had a one-star read because I will talk about this later, but I've been very intentional with the books that I have been spending my time with. However, my least favorite book of the year that I've read so far would probably be Raiders of the Lost Heart. This book just had a lot of sexualization of the main character, not a lot of great communication, and like, I just didn't love the romance. I didn't really love what was going on. I thought the plot idea of archaeology and searching for this archaeological find was interesting, but everything about the book just kind of missed for me. It wasn't my cup of tea, and I would definitely say that that's my least favorite book that I've read this year. So the next question is, what is your most read genre? And that is definitely romance, but if we're getting specific, it is definitely romantic suspense. I think I've read around 13 romantic suspenses, which is kind of crazy to think about, but it's just really been a genre that I've been loving. I love true crime. I love that the couples don't have a third act breakup because they had like this other outside conflict, this situation going on, whatever that may be. Like, I've been really loving romantic suspense, and I've read mainly romance. Like, I've only had like a handful of fantasy books, which is kind of surprising because normally like I read a bit more fantasy than I'm currently reading, but I'm really in my romantic suspense era. I'm really in my Catherine Cowles era. I've been loving Victoria Wilder's Bourbon series, so that has been a lot of fun to read about too. But I've just been loving romantic suspense, the drama, the mystery that comes with it, the also small town aspects, specifically with Catherine Cowles. It's been amazing. I've been having the best time. The next question is, what is a book that you are excited that has not released yet so far this year? And I would have to say Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry is definitely there because I am so excited for this book. At the time of filming it literally releases tomorrow. Like, it literally releases tomorrow, but it's not released yet. I'm so excited to read it because I love my Emily Henry releases. Another book that I'm also very excited for is Bourbon and Proof. It is the third book in the Bourbon Boys Fox Brothers series that Bourbon and Lies is from, and honestly, I'm just excited. I am I'm excited because I love the family that is in this story, and I love just the energy and the vibes of the story. So that is definitely one book that has not released yet, is not releasing tomorrow, that I'm so excited to read. The next question is, what is one reading goal that you are succeeding at? And I would have to say a really big priority that I put on reading this year was only reading books that I was really enjoying and allowing myself to DNF at any time. And that's easier said than done when you are really far into a book, but I've really been taking the pressure off and really just like reading books that I definitely want to read, that I'm thoroughly enjoying whilst reading. And if I'm not enjoying it, switching to something else. Maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't, but not putting that pressure on myself, because I found myself at the end of last year going hard to try to get like a certain number on my reading goal. And ultimately that put me in a giant reading slump until Catherine Cowles like picked me out of it in this year. So I would say that the biggest goal that I'm really focusing on is like trying to read books that I'm loving, that I'm enjoying, and if I'm not enjoying it and I don't like it anymore, stopping. And I didn't do that with Raiders of the Lost Heart, and that is probably why it is my least favorite book, with a generous 3-star rating. Like it's like a 2 or a 1 star. Like I hate that book actually. Not the point of this question though, but I really want to be intentional with the books that I'm spending my time in. Which kind of leads me to the next question, which is one goal that you maybe need to focus on more. And I still think that this reading intentionally and only books that you want to and stopping at in time is one that I still need to work on, because obviously I'm not perfect. Like I've definitely succeeded more times than I have failed, but I definitely want to continue working on reading books that I'm obsessed with, that I'm having the most wonderful time with, that I'm really thoroughly enjoying, because that is how I want to spend my time. So I would say that that is a goal that I am succeeding at, but also want to continue working at, because it's hard. I think it's hard when you're 80% into a book because you haven't listened to yourself and you just kept pushing to then put that down. You know what I mean? Especially when you want that Goodreads number. Alrighty, you guys, those are all of the questions that I have for you guys today. As I said before, the tag will be linked in the description down below if you want to do it yourself. I honestly love this one because it was like short, sweet, snappy, and cute. Like it hit the highs, it hit the lows, and it was like it was an efficient tag, and I really enjoyed that. Sometimes I can just sit here and yap forever and ever and ever. And so it was kind of nice to just have these like short directed questions that I really want to share with you guys, because obviously I want you guys to read All the Missing Pieces and Bourbon and Lies because they're so good. I was able to highlight them here for you guys in a short, snappy video. Apparently that's my favorite new saying, short and snappy. Anyway, I cannot wait to talk to you guys again in the next video, whatever that video may be. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.